What's going on YouTube, it's Mike here. Today guys, in this video, I'm going to be doing my full review of Apple's latest iPad Air 2. So this right here is Apple's latest iPad Air 2. Here you're having a front view of what I think is one of the nicest tablets that Apple's ever done, and of course a back view. Overall, this was a really nice tablet, and I was really glad to pick it up and get a first hands-on experience. I didn't have the iPad Air 1, so this is a new experience for me. I haven't had a regular-sized iPad tablet since the iPad 2. I converted to the minis, and I must say it's been a pretty great experience so far, and I really love the sleek profile, the thin design, the speed, and everything about it. So we start out with just how thin this device is, and it's actually just a tad thinner to its predecessor, the iPad Air 1. It's 18% thinner at 6.1 millimeters thin, and it weighs just 0.96 of a pound, which is just 0.4 of a pound less than what it previously was, which isn't a huge deal, but I thought it was actually very, very light in the hand. It was actually insane when I first picked it up. I couldn't even believe it was a real tablet. Just the design that Apple's put into this thing and how light it is with all the components inside and how powerful it is, it's remarkable. It almost seems impossible. And so not a huge difference from the previous gen, but there's a slightly tweaked design since it is a little bit thinner. For example, there's a mute switch now missing in the side, as you could probably see here, right by the volume rockers. And so that was a little disappointing to see because that's something I use a lot. They also press the display together, so there's no more awful bezel around it. There's an anti-reflective display, and so just a slightly newer design to accommodate that whole type of thinness profile. Now, the iPad Air 2 also includes a Touch ID sensor, which was really nice to see. It comes directly from the iPhone 5S, iPhone 6, and 6 Plus. And I'm really happy to finally see this on a tablet. I don't know why Apple didn't include it last year in their round of tablets, but I guess it's okay and it's cool to have it now. I also appreciate that Apple added the gold color, which I went with the gold finish this time around versus silver or space gray. Pretty excited to see that. In terms of cameras and stuff, Apple kind of stayed the same. On the rear, we have our 1080p 8 megapixel rear-facing camera. Around the front, we have our 1.2 megapixel 720p HD camera. One thing I noticed is the speakers on the iPad Air 2 are actually really nice. Here I am just playing one of my video clips. Now, the speakers have been condensed instead of 2 rows to 1 row of speakers. However, they do seem a lot louder. There is actually a lot of more bass provided by the tablet itself. So, I mean, when I started playing music or videos with this tablet, I mean, it was freaking loud. Seriously, the speaker definitely has increased a lot in volume. I don't know how much from the original iPad Air, but I mean, if you can compare that to something like, for example, an iPhone 6 Plus or even an iPad mini, this thing just packs a hell of a lot of sound, which I love loud sounds, so this is something that I was really happy to see. It's almost producing the sound that you'd get out of a MacBook, so it's remarkable, and especially with the slim and sleek profile that it provides. I mean, it really, again, packs a lot into it. This guy now packs a A8X processor chip alongside the M8 coprocessor Motion chip, and so we saw the A8 chip in the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, but they actually upgraded it to A8X this time around for the iPad Air 2. So this is the fastest iDevice on the market now, and quietly they also added another gig of RAM, which totals up to 2 gigs of RAM. And guys, I'm telling you, I noticed this right off the bat. This thing is so freaking fast compared to any other iDevice I've had in the past. It's remarkable, and I definitely noticed that extra gig bump. It's got 2 gigs of RAM now versus 1, and I would have loved to see this in the iPhone 6 too. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. Then you have Touch ID, gold, slighter, slimmer profile, and that's about it. And then you have, your standard Retina display. Like I said in the beginning, you have the anti-reflective coating now, which reduces the glare of about 55%. And then other than that, I mean, those are pretty much all the main new features. Everything still pretty much stays the same. You still got your 9.7-inch Retina display around the front. All ports, buttons, and stuff like that stay the same. Again, of course, with the exception of the now missing mute or portrait orientation lock switch. And that was kind of unfortunate. I did miss that a lot because my iPad is on mute just about 99% of the time, since I prefer to get notifications through my iPhone instead. But other than that, I mean, it's been a really nice tablet and a real great experience for me so far. Pretty excited to use this product, although I do prefer Apple's mini line of tablets. Still a very nice product overall. I mean, it's got an incredibly long-lasting battery. It's blazing fast with faster Wi-Fi and more RAM and a faster processor. You can't go wrong whatsoever. It's just overall an all-around great. That is it for this video. If you liked it, please leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button below. And I will see you guys in the next video.